Why? Why? All right, there I am. Fuck. They can hear me. Shit. Okay, let's try this again. Good morning. Good morning, Misfits. It's the Daily Breakdown, and I am your host, Technical Difficulties with Zack Bonfilio. That's the unofficial name of the Daily Breakdown, so why not? Great start. Good morning, Bumba, 217 Magamom, Texas truck seller. Where are you, though? Right here. Beep. Hot mic. I hear you. I know. Okay, look, I can't this. Here. Let me start. Of course. All right, guys. This is not how I wanted the show to go. I wanted the show to go really like smooth today, especially because we got a new I should be joining a new oh my god, cameras out. There it goes. It's like, honestly, it's like today's mess. It's like today's fucking with me. Here, we're gonna turn you off. We're gonna turn off the phone because the phone will connect. We're gonna just start the whole day over. There you go. Phone, bye, gone. We don't need that phone. I've been a little stressed. Been a little stressed out. So we're supposed to be joining this new partnership with Your News, and this is going to be the first episode I upload. So anybody that's watching this on Your News, this is not actually, that's a lie. The show goes like this all the time. Actually, it's you know what? It's a fun part of the show. We get to, it's the unofficial name of the Daily Breakdown is called Technical Difficulties. I don't know how to internet. That's essentially what's going on. I don't know how to internet. I shouldn't be on the internet, but I am on the internet because I can be, right? It's Freedom Friday, and I do what I want. All right, let's actually try to start the show for real this time. See if we can do that. And I'm gonna go from this hilarious, like, like bumbling around and messing up to something a little serious to start you off with. The name of the show today is We Forgot. Okay? Because we did. Right? It's Misfits for a reason. If you're listening on audio, the thumbnail for today is just me standing in front of the Twin Towers saying we forgot while they're on fire. Right? There's a story out of Canada where they're trying not to call 9/11 a terrorist attack. Mamdani is going to be going to the memorial, even though they don't want him there. Thousands of people have signed a petition saying, no, dude. And somebody in my comment section, they said something interesting, like, because I made a post that I can't wait for him to get booed. And they were like, yeah, he wants to get booed. And I actually agree. I agree with that assessment. I think he wants to get booed. It'll boost him with his base, right? Because that's who he cares about. He doesn't care about the 9/11 families that don't want him there. He's doing this posturing for his, like, crazy America-hating base, who they're going to be like, they all know. They know what they're doing. They play ignorant when you catch them, right? Like Hassan Piker, and we'll get to we'll do a little follow-up from yesterday's show about, how to utilize that. But they know what they're doing. That's the thing. It's like, this is kind of like the Lindsay Clancy argument. It's like, did she know what she was doing? Yes, she did. But she was crazy. Yeah, crazy people still know what they're doing. It's not an excuse. It's like, you can't just say these people are dumb and excuse them and excuse their behavior. They have to be held accountable because they are all adults. Like the vast majority of them. So Mamdani knows that they don't want him there. He knows his base does want him there so that they can rub it in their face. He's a sadist, in my opinion. And I think all of this is going to backfire, right? Every time this little experiment of socialism and Marxism and communism has been tried before, they didn't have to do it against the United States Constitution, where the founding fathers separated and put in guardrails like 50 different states with 50 different laws, and they have the term limits, and they have this and they have that. Is it possible it happens here? Is it possible that America turns into like some type of Venezuela? Sure, it's possible. It's a lot harder. So that's something that you can take as a silver lining on this, right? There's a lot of people that are really, I am too, really afraid for the future of America, but it's going to take a very, very long time to crack that nut, even if they, let's say hypothetically, the Democrats or the left, they won the House and the Senate, and they nuked the filibuster and made D.C. and Puerto Rico a state. We still got decades before they can actually ruin the country because we have 50 different states with different laws. We also have so many guns. There's a lot behind me, in case you guys have never seen this show before, right? On the Edge. Thank you again. I see, On the Edge is kind of like my unofficial producer who reminds me to do things, right? Like, hey, make sure you tell people to hit the like button. Guys, hit the like button. Also, you know what else, really quick? I'm going to ADD. I know I was in the middle of a little rant there. It's fine. I was pretty much wrapped up. Essentially, they suck. Those people suck. I want to give you guys a little, where is it? Sorry. I just did this last night. This wasn't planned, but I got the Rumble wallet. I believe is now active. I didn't know what I've seen Crowder talk about it. I've seen people talk about it, but Rumble wallet. So I saw that somebody yesterday or the day before, I think they put in like a $20 super chat tip or in the chat. I think Rumble takes a lot of that. So if you are insistent on sending me money, which I don't ask for, but if you want to, I think now you can just go with, oh, stop it. The tips. I think that the tips is now active. Let's see here. Misfit. Nope, not Misfit. Oh, come on. There we go. Look at that. I'm number 4. Political Misfits, Misfits Mania. I'm number 4. I'll take it. Here we go. So if you look here, I'm number 4. Shush me. Here we go. If you look here, there's a tip button, right? And now I have activated Rumble Wallet. So if you do want to send me something, then you can. It's now available. And it's I think it's crypto based. It's Bitcoin and Tether based. So if you don't know how to use that, it's fine. There's always the Beacons link, the Buy Me a Coffee link. And I don't ask for money. I just said I was literally just messing around. I was messing around with stuff last night. I'm trying to do show prep. I gotta send emails. I gotta get back to the guy from Your News. I gotta write 2 more estimates, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I was like, something popped up on my phone where it was like Rumble Wallet. Oh, that's right. I was in Rumble Studio and it said activate wallet, and I go, oh, I didn't know that. So just a little side thing. Also, really quick, speaking of, I don't know if you guys caught my post on X, but that I said a few minutes ago, I've been a little stressed. I've been a lot tired because I'm pushing really hard to get this job done because I have a nightmare general contractor that I'm working with who just last night I finally just snapped and told him off, which was fun. But he you'd have to go watch the post on X because I'm not going to drag it out and show it again, and I'm not going to play the whole 5-minute thing. But essentially, the job of a general contractor is to have materials and everything over to the job. The job of a subcontractor is to do the job based on the materials that are on the job. I told him, hey, I need the caulking on the job. I'm trying to finish today, Friday. And he told me to go pick it up. And I said, fine, I'll send you a material run fee, right? I don't work for free. Do you work for free? Does anybody work for free? I'm not working for free. And then he tried telling me, that's your job. And I go, no, it's not. If it's not in my contract, then it's not my job. And essentially, I told him, I said, be a fucking professional. And he was like, we're not using you on the next job. And I was like, that's fine. You can be in breach of contract if you want. And he eventually agreed to just pay me $5,000 to go away. So I guess that's a silver lining. But I don't have to break my frickin' back next week. I have really pushed the past 2.5 weeks. I have been working. Shoot, if you include this on social media, let's call it I start work at 8 a.m. I've been working 11, 12-hour days every day. So I've just been really tired. I'm sure that you can see it in the show. I wish I could do this full time. I wish I could do this full time and have a nice, wake up, relax at night, get everything prepped. But unfortunately, I still have to do my big boy job, which I also love. I love what I do, but I love you as well. I just wish I could do this full time and then do my real job, which I love, as like a hobby. But this is my hobby. I wish I could flip them. It's a lot easier on my back if I flipped them, right? I will show you really quick where we're at with the shower. The customers love me. Like, they love me. They have made me dinner every night. This is the job I'm on right now. On this master bath, we are looking good for a final tomorrow. Need my little light here because it's late. But got the solid surface. Just real quick in the chat, on the edge, buy me a coffee would be my preference. I just put the Rumble wallet in there in case people want to use it. And today I just did the double dog ear. So I don't know if you guys know. Like, I mean, look, this is a natural stone floor, so it's very difficult to do a flat natural stone floor in this tiny hex tile. But this right here, this is a solid surface, and I had to cut like a U shape out of both sides, and I only had one shot at it, and I did it flawlessly. I'm unappreciated by that guy. All right, so I cut a U shape out of both sides of this. And we're going to put a skirt on the front of it, like a tile skirt. So basically just a piece of tile directly under it. That protects from water coming. If water comes on the outside, you want to have a tile skirt so that the water doesn't, get into the drywall. It wouldn't be drywall. It would be polystyrene board if I'm doing it. But if some other idiot did it, he'd probably do it in drywall because they don't know. 1.5 inch overhang. Okay, hold on. Let me see here. If the 1 a.m. Misfit Patriot, if they subscribe to your channel, posts are highlighted in the chat for $5 and they rant or super chat, you get the full donated amount. I don't know. When I look at rants, I see that the rants are less money than. I don't know how it works because I don't do this. This is what I'm saying. Like, I don't ask people for money and I don't do the super chat stuff. I don't mind anybody that does that, by the way. If you're a super chat content creator where you ask people for money in the chat, good for you. I just don't do it. I do this for free and I hope for the best. But some people want to give me money and I will not say no. So I'm just giving people the options. But again, I go and do my real job and then. Oh my God, what the fuck? Why is it doing that? There's got to be a loose wire because my mic just cut out twice and I instinctively just hit my mixer. I slapped my mixer and my mic came back on. Jeez. I don't know what's going on. You know what I gotta do? I'm gonna cry. This weekend, I'm going to redo everything if I have the time. I really don't have the time. I still gotta do the Misfits cheat sheet. Do you understand why I'm stressed? I have so much on top of everything. But I need to unplug everything, plug everything back in. There's gotta be some loose wires or some shit. This is weird. This doesn't happen to Sean, by the way. Wires or what? Why does my phone keep connecting? Is there a ghost in here? Why? Damn it. I just did it again. I had to slap. Hold on. I had to slap my damn mixer. What is going on? I'm not touching anything. I'm going to sit back. Hold on. We're going to do the show. We're going to do the show from back here. We're going to do the show from back here. There is something I hate. I hate. Not there's no follow-up. I just hate. I hate. I am not doing good right now. Sean has Brennan. That's the other thing. The fucking cheater. Sorry, you cheater. You cheater. You have an extra person. I'm doing this by myself. Should we get to the show? I don't know. Should I just make this whole episode about me? I am the worst. This is all right. You know what? Yes, this is an actual news show. The first half of it, I had a bit of a mental breakdown, but let's get to the news. No, this is fun too. It's Friday. Friday's our relaxing day. Friday's our chill day. All right. I should call it Figure It Out Friday. If y'all subscribe, you get your name in pink like me. Everybody's talking about giving me money. Yeah, you know. Hey, you know what? Here, on the edge, you are my new ambassador of making money for me. You go get it. You go tell everybody. You're my promoter. You're my promoter. I thought about Fuck It Friday. Oh, sorry. I thought about doing Friday, but I wanted to keep you notice how the themes of the show are very patriotic oriented. So I was like, okay, I can't do Fan Mail Friday anymore because, first of all, I don't have enough time. Second of all, I'm not getting as much hate mail anymore. It's weird. I was thinking about changing Fan Mail Friday to a call-in show, but again, I can't figure that out. That's just adding more. That's adding more technical difficulties into the mix. I could do Fan Mail Friday where we take super chats or just regular chats. Yeah, probably super chats because I'd have to find them. I don't know. We'll just keep it Freedom Friday for now. I'll think about it. Once I make it big and we are millions of followers and I can do this for a living, I will have the most organized show, and I will buy a Brennan. I will buy one. I will buy not a female. Like it's not gonna be like a mail order bride, but I'll buy somebody that will be able to do all of the technical. I think they call them producers. I'll buy one. I will buy one. That's what I'll do. Are we fucking buying people? All right. Oh my God, let's get to the show. Jeez. Halfway through the show, and I haven't even gotten to the news. We're keeping it light. We're keeping it fun. Okay, news of the day. The news du jour, as they put it. We got a few different stories. How the deadly Nepal and Tibet flash flood unfolded. Norway's King Harald dies at age 89. Russia threatens strikes on UK military targets. Okay, let's get to that one. Okay. Russia threatens strikes from Fox News. Russia threatens strikes on UK military targets. Catastrophic consequences over Ukraine. Russia's foreign ministry spokesperson says Britain is one step away from legal complicity in what Moscow called civilian-targeted terrorism. So, Russia warned that it could strike British military targets inside and outside Ukraine if Kyiv uses long-range British cruise missiles against targets inside deep Russian territory. This came a day after Moscow. Look, let me. I don't think that a lot of people actually understand the geography of this war. Putin's the bad guy. Full stop. Putin's the bad guy. Full stop. Okay, we get that. Yes, everybody understand that. Putin's the bad guy. Full stop. However, just in case you wanted to not stop, Zelensky's not a great guy. Okay? Zelensky's not a great guy. Putin's the bad guy. Zelensky's not a great guy. Zelensky does kill civilians too. Okay? He does. That's a thing. It happens in war. I'm not mad at him. He got invaded, but he does. The reason why I bring this up, By the way, Zelensky also arrested his political opponents. He's shut down churches. He wants to continue the war going so that he doesn't get, kicked out of office, because he will. All right. Like, he's like Churchill on steroids. But Putin's the bad guy. Great, 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 great. But when Putin comes out and goes, "You killed my civilians," right? I go, "Hey, jerk, you're killing their civilians too. This is war." I wish people just understood that that's what happens, right? So when you see these headlines, they're sort of isolated from the broader picture, and that's like the Gaza Hamas messaging on steroids. It's like, "Oh, you killed a civilian." Yeah, it's war. Yeah, it's war. So, like, Putin, yes, Zelensky and the UK and the NATO allies are working in coordination, and they're probably striking civilian targets. It's not, war is not like some thing where it's like it just all is like rules based. It's a pretty much Ukraine has violated the Geneva Code thousands of times with these drone strikes, where they have, you have Russians that are trying to surrender, and some Ukrainian dude with a joystick is like, "I don't give a shit," and they bomb them anyway. There's been a lot of bad, is my point. A lot of bad, and it's on both sides, but Putin definitely is the bad guy, full stop. Does that make sense for everybody? I hope so. On the edge. You listening to me in the shower? I don't know if I needed that. I don't know if I needed to know that. But then again, I did that to Sean, because I listen to my podcast in the shower on my shower TV. I have a TV in my bathroom, and it goes in the shower, and I'll listen to my podcast. And one time I took a picture from inside the shower, and it was Sean Farish, and I was like, listening to Sean in the shower. So I guess we're even, I guess, but not really, because I did that to Sean and you're doing that to me. But now I know how Sean feels. I have a little bit more empathy for Sean now. Yeah. TMI. Yeah. Anyway, look, I don't know how this is going to escalate or what. I think that Russia is posturing a lot to strategically try to put pressure on Trump, NATO allies, etc., right before the midterms. I said this the other day. I think that after the midterms, there is going to be a much different sort of like, posturing, and I think on a lot of conflict. I think a lot of countries, a lot of our adversaries are looking at November 3rd. Is it 3rd this year? I think it's November 3rd. I think that a lot of our adversaries are looking at November 3rd as a, like, okay, we can go one of two ways. And that's why the midterms are so important. It's our enemies are inside the gates. They're not at the gates. The horse has already been let in, right? We are the Trojans. The horse is in, right? They're pouring out. The army, the only difference is, this is actually a pretty good analogy, okay? The horse, for those of you that are following along with this autistic analogy that I'm putting together, we have let the horse in the gates, okay? There is an army outside the gates. What we need to do now is stop the people who were inside the horse from opening the gates and letting the army in. So we have small amount of infiltration. We let them in. They are here. Ilhan Omar, Mamdani, Al Saeed is even trying to get in. There's a bunch of, like, there's a problem. It's inside, okay? There's an army outside the gates. We need to stop all the jerks who were in the horse from opening the gates, and then the army comes in. And we do that by winning in November. That analogy was so spot on, and if you don't like it, get out of here. That really was a spot on analogy, though. Okay. Oh, wait, why did I just do that? I think there was one more. Yeah, RFK. Senator calls for criminal investigation of RFK Jr. after Guardian report. New obtained records indicate Health Secretary lied about Samoa trip during Senate confirmation hearings last year. What? Let's see what this is about. It's probably nothing. A senior Democratic senator is calling for a criminal investigation into the U.S. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. following reporting by The Guardian that indicated he lied during Senate confirmation last year. Ron Wyden, oh, screw him. The Oregon senator. RFK's platform is built on lies and grifts that leave a trail of dead children in their wake. There are consequences for lying to Congress. Tell that to Hillary Clinton. Hey, Fauci, do you want to tug at this thread, dude? Do you really want to tug at this thread? Oh, get out of Congress. You can invoke the fifth 111 times, though. Screw you. Guardian's reporting was based on letters that were obtained by this news outlet and the Associated Press following a Freedom of Information Act lawsuit. Wyden said to the Guardian he would be pressing Republican colleagues to referral. What? Just tell me what happened, dude. Just tell me what happened. Wyden among Senators. All right, a 2019 trip he took to Samoa when Kennedy was leading an anti-vaccine group, measles outbreak. When asked about the trip, the senator from Massachusetts, Kennedy testified he had nothing to do with his visit had nothing to do with vaccines. Is this the lie? Is this the lie right here? Is this what we're spending our time on? Don't pass the Save America Act. No. Let's do this. The newly obtained letters contradict that testimony. In one, Kennedy explicitly told the Samoan Prime Minister that he wanted to study the measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine in the Pacific Island nation and used the words vaccine or vaccination 8 times. This is a pattern. So what was the Samoa trip actually about? Because if he was going to Samoa not for vaccines, and while he was there, he wanted to look into vaccines, I guess you could say that that's maybe misleading, but not a lie. But who cares? Who cares about this? This is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're nitpick. You wanna waste time going after RFK Jr. over 5 words that can be contextualized. But Fauci comes in and he literally says, I invoked the fifth 111 times. Hillary Clinton, same thing. Where's the Save America Act, dude? Fucking, where is it? Where is the Save America Act? Here, you know what? In fact, let's do this. Ron Wyden. I already know the answer, but we're going to do it anyway. Did Ron Wyden vote for the Save America Act? I think we all know the answer. No! On March 17th, 2026, Wyden voted nay on the Senate motion to proceed with the Safeguard American Voter Eligibility Act. That is an 80-20 issue. That is a 90-10 issue on the right and a 70-30 issue on the left. You, sir, can shut the fuck up. Stupid dick. By the way, this is just hilarious. We're not going to spend too much time on it. But Trump renamed Lake Ontario Lake America. And it's just great. He did, it's great. Right? He just keeps on naming things America. I'm not even being facetious here. It's great. Why is he doing this? Right? Everyone thinks that he's doing this as like some troll. Like, kind of, but not really. Lake America is going to be a thing. It's going to outlast him. He's creating a legacy. It's now Lake America, whether you like it or not, right? And wait for the next president maybe, hopefully, we don't have this for years, but wait for the next president who renames it back. That's the point. You really want to represent the American people by changing the name of Lake America back to Lake Canada? Shut up. Or the Gulf of Mexico? No. That's why Trump's doing it. It's smart. He's creating a legacy. Like if they try to undo what he's doing, it makes no sense. I would like to rename Lake America Lake Ontario. Think about that. Think about how silly that is. I would like to rename the Gulf of America the Gulf of Mexico. Wait, aren't we in America? Trump's not stupid, guys. He's not doing this just purely out of trolling. He's doing it because it's smart. All right, I think we got through all the news stories. Let's jump in. Yeah, pretty much. UEFA preparing criminal legal action against Infantino. I don't know what that means. And I'm not even going to open it. All right. Here we go. So, now the Lakes don't spell Holmes. They spell Hames. Canada's CBC instructs staff not to call 9/11 a terrorist attack. Interesting. What was it? The Canadian, excuse me, this is from the New York Post. The Canadian Broadcasting Corporation instructed its staff not to refer to the killings on 9/11 as terrorist attacks ahead of its coverage of the 25th anniversary, according to an internal memo. The public broadcaster reaffirmed that it would avoid using words like terrorist and terrorism when describing events, directing its staffers to follow the long-standing company policy that previously landed them in hot water during their October 7th coverage. How did that happen? How did you get into hot water by calling terrorists? Quote from the memo: do not refer to September 11th attacks as terrorist attacks. The hijackings led to passenger jet crashes in Washington, D.C., Pennsylvania, and Manhattan. The World Trade Center was destroyed. This is insane. The memo was signed BB, which the Toronto Sun first published letter identified as Bassem Boshra. Here. Let's do this. Oh, fuck me. Sorry. Yeah. Anyone want to take a guess? No, what I'm about to say is not racist. It's not Islamophobic. It's common sense. If you're looking on the screen, there's a man named Bassem Boshra, and I'm just going to say, he ain't white, and he ain't black. Which one you think he is? Yeah, no. Cool. All right. Great. Guess that's where we're at. Cool. Great. Our focus is to report the facts of such atrocities with accuracy, clarity, and detail. Accuracy would be calling them terrorist attacks, you moron. To convey the scale and scope of the violent attacks wherever they occur, to quote the people affected, it conveyed the news. Oh my God. Guys, it's worse when you know this. I didn't know this when I first started reading. We do the news together. All right, I just read it. I'm doing the Walter Cronkite style of journalism, where just somebody else wrote some shit. I'm just reading it. All right, let me see here. Actually, you know what? Let's go. Let's look a little bit more. Almost 30-year journalist. He's been Quebec's senior managing editor since 2022. Where's he from? Author of Montreal Gazette. Muslim immigrant CBC boss. Oh my God. Wow. Oh man, this is just, it's too good. He's a Muslim immigrant telling Canada not to refer to Muslim terror attacks on America as terror attacks. Ah. He's like Muslim Bob Ross. I'm actually, there's a reason why I can't, I'm flustered. I didn't know that layer was there. I didn't know that layer of this story was there. It's like, I knew that Canada sucked, and I knew that they were against free speech. And I was, for some reason, I was under the impression that a liberal white woman wrote that memo. For some reason. Or like a Trudeau type, right? Like a soy boy. But I don't know why I did not think that the brazen just it mentality of a Muslim who's just like, yeah, I thought that maybe they'd have, like, I thought that maybe I'm thinking as I'm saying it, like, wouldn't he go, maybe I shouldn't be the one to say this, right? Because I'm a Muslim, I'm a Muslim immigrant. I practice Islam. And I'm telling people, don't call that. Wow. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I don't even know what to do with that. All right, we'll get to that in a minute. Yeah. This was just a hijacking. Yeah, this is from Libs of TikTok. You can see the towers on the screen, the video. I love the conspiracy theorists who say that, like, some people say this didn't happen, by the way. Do you know that? Like, obviously the buildings came down, but they say that planes didn't fly into them. There are people out there who say planes didn't fly into them. That's where we're at. You think Lindsay Clancy's bad? Frickin', this has been going on for years, dude. We've had too many dumb people with access to the internet. House Republicans came out and obviously, 9/11 was a terrorist attack. The radical left Canadian Broadcasting Company is trying to rewrite history, but there's nothing controversial, complicated, or unclear about this. 9/11 was terrorism. Where is it? Here, let's go. I think I have it on my page. There's the Mamdani. Here we go. Mamdani will attend the September 11th ceremonies, even though there has been a petition with thousands of signatures to keep him out. I don't see how we get out of this. I mean, I think I see a path, but it's not good. Right? I obviously see the obvious path as we fight our way out of it, but I don't think that we're there yet. What I'm saying is I don't see a good option for how we deal with the radical Islam problem in America. It's ugly no matter which way we slice it. We can do remigration, deportation, civil war, conflict. All of it's bad. All of it. I think what Trump's trying to do is the best option, deport as many as possible and try to slow the spread, I guess, like freaking COVID. But there's far too many people that still support like what we're looking at. Like, there are people that will read that Canada article and be like, yeah. Like, in America, there are people that'll be like, yeah, you don't want to be Islamophobic. It's like, what are we doing here? Like, what are we doing here? How do we fix this problem where it's like we're so afraid of offending people who aren't afraid of offending us? I find it offensive that Mamdani is going to go to the 9/11 memorial. He is a radical Islamist, and radical Islamic terrorists blew up the World Trade Centers. It's disrespectful. Families of the victims are telling you not to go. And he does not give a shit about offending them. Why are we afraid to offend him? We're not Islamophobic enough. It's not a phobia to be afraid of a death cult. And that's what Islam is. It's not a religion. I know that there are Muslims out there that'll disagree with me. I'm sorry, even if you're one of my friends and you're Muslim, you do not practice a religion. You have a political ideology disguised as a religion. You have a prescription in your, quote, religion for taking over other countries. That's not a religion. I'm not afraid to offend anybody. You know, when I had Ryan was on the other day, and he was like, yeah, you know, I want to make a post, and then I'm afraid of offending people. That's how they get you to stop. That's how they get you to forget. They go, we have what is it? 2 billion-ish? Is it billion? Is it 2 billion or 4 billion? I think it's 2 billion. We have 2 billion Muslims on the planet, okay? And only 10% of them are radical. I'd say it's higher. I'd say it's more like 30, but who cares? Even if it's 10. There's only 200 million radicals. The other 1.8 billion aren't radical. Do you want to offend 1.8 billion Muslims who aren't radical? Not really, but tell the other 200 million to stop blowing shit up and maybe I won't. What are we talking about here? I can't criticize 200 million because of 1.8 billion. No. The left has no problem pinning every gun death on every gun owner. The left has no problem pinning all racism on every white person. The left has no problem pinning shit on people because of a minority. So why should we? Why are we afraid to offend Muslims? I don't hate Muslims. I'm not afraid to offend them. Sorry. I don't hate gay people. I'm not afraid to offend gay people. I don't hate trans people. I'm not afraid to offend trans people. I don't hate women. I'm not afraid to offend women. I'll say repeal the 19th Amendment right now, and I don't give a shit if you get offended about it. Ladies, after seeing the Lindsay Clancy trial, I think some people are finally coming over to my side on that one. Would you give up your right to vote if it meant the people with the pink shirts standing out the Lindsay Clancy trial, they don't get to vote either? Do you know what this country would look like if only men voted? It would be fucking amazing. Sorry, I'm trying to stop the swearing, but I'm getting into my groove late in the show. Stop being afraid to offend people. Yeah, this was the I just put this screenshot in here. The White House. Effective immediately, Lake Ontario is renamed Lake America. After this bullcrap with the other thing, yeah, no. Repeal away, signed a woman. Thank you. Thank you, winky, winky, nod, nod. I want to get to that invasion story pretty soon. Here, these are a couple of quick ones. I think everything else is the invasion. Yeah, yep. Okay. Real quick. Guys, it brings me a little bit more joy because I'm personally involved in this. Andrew Tate is suing me right from a jail cell. He's suing me for defamation because I made a post saying that the girl in the video where he's whipping her with a belt is 15 years old. This is a sex trafficking pedophile. He thinks that's defamation. This is Tate's lawyer pretty much calling all of Tate's fans retarded. Check it out.
Sure, Top G's a walking billboard on the internet, and yeah, everything he doesn't say is true. Yeah, well, if you
hold on. Hold on, Joe, go back. That's Joe McBride. That's his lawyer. He's an idiot. Say that again.
Doesn't say is true. Everything he doesn't say is true. And yeah, everything he doesn't say is true. And yeah, everything he doesn't say is true.
Yeah, my client's a liar.
Yeah, well, if you believed everything that Top G says is true, there's something wrong with you. Believed everything that Top G says is true, there's something wrong with you. It's true, there's something wrong with you. He says it's true, there's something wrong with you. Okay?
Bro, I have never, ever seen a lawyer trash their client to try to get their client off like this. It's amazing.
He's saying it to create a conversation. He's saying it to stop you in your tracks and to get you to subscribe to his school.
Oh. Hold on.
To subscribe to his school, to stop you in your tracks and to get you to subscribe to his school. To get you to subscribe to his school. To get you to subscribe to his school. Sure, Top G's a walking billboard on the internet, and yeah.
Oh my God. How did he pass the bar? Dude. He literally just held a press conference where he said, my client is a con artist. My client is innocent because he lies. Bro. What? So he'll lie to all these kids, he won't lie to women? He won't try to trick women into working for him as cam girls so he can sex traffic. Dude, stop talking. No, in fact, keep talking. Never interrupt your enemy when they're making a mistake. Wow. Speaking of con men and liars, Thomas Massey. Sarah, I like Sarah, but Sarah has come at me about this whole Massey thing before. She's been a Massey supporter. She's finally starting to wake up. Eventually, guys, some people might be slower than others, but eventually people do wake up. All right? It happens all the time. Okay? Thomas Massey is a liar. He is a fraud. He is a piece of shit. Right? So, Massey, this was back in September of last year, said survivors at our press conference announced they are privately compiling their own Epstein list. They would be sued into homelessness for naming the names, but Marjorie Taylor Greene and I are willing to name the names on the House of Representatives under constitutional speech or debate immunity. He still hasn't done that. It's been almost a year. What's going on, right? Sarah Fields, who's been supportive of him, finally is waking up. Hang on, Thomas. I've supported you in the past, but I think I'm done. You did make this promise, so now people are confronting you or challenging you on it. You're calling them liars. Then prove that, and saying that they must be paid. Prove they're paid. You won't. Why? Because once again, you're not doing. And then here he goes. You're misrepresenting the truth. Facts. I forced the release of 3 million files with names in them. Okay, names in them does not mean you read the names on the Epstein list. There are a bunch of names in them. Your name's in them. Bro, your name is in the Epstein files. What does that mean? This is a lie. I exposed 2 of the names that were improperly redacted. You also doxed 4 innocent people. You exposed people that were innocent with your grandstanding in political theater. I named 3 names on the floor, and the oversight committee called them in for depositions, but DOJ did nothing because there was nothing there. You put on a political show trial and said you were going to name the real people, the people that the DOJ can't name and the victims can't name. You said you were going to do that. You didn't do that.
No, when the Epstein files are released, because men will go to prison. And until that happens, the justice hasn't been served. There's no way they're going to cover up the crimes that have been perpetrated on 1,000 victims. So names of rich and powerful men will get released when the president signs this bill. I know through the victims' lawyers, there are at least 20 credible accusations of rape and sex trafficking that have been relayed to the FBI, and they've done nothing about it. The ultimate thing that we could do is read the names on the floor of the House.
Do it.
And that could happen, but what needs to happen is the FBI needs to release these names.
Is that something you might do if he resists this, if the DOJ releases this? Could you go to the floor and read these names?
We absolutely would do that. Marjorie would do that. I would do that. There are Democrats who would do that.
Okay. You haven't. Are you protecting pedophiles? Are you a lying, grifting piece of... this is another quick one. Trump just released U.S. territories, the Strait of Hormuz. All right, real quick. I know it's already 9 o'clock. I know some of you are going to go over to Bongino. We're going to raid Bongino in a few minutes. I just want to cover this for maybe 2 or 3 minutes. We talked about this, like, Spanish invasion from the Moroccan people, the military-age Moroccan men in Ceuta, about a month or so ago, right? For those of you that don't remember, the Spanish Supreme Court changed the law where Spain would not immediately deport immigrants that came into Spain via sea. So what happened? A bunch of military-aged men in Morocco came in by sea. They invaded. 80,000 men came in to Ceuta, right? Now, the Spaniards, they're pissed. It's been about a month. They're pissed off. They're like, what the hell? Right? So now they're not even allowing the Red Cross from going in and quote, giving aid to the invaders, right? This is what happens when you let it get too far. We, again, my Trojan horse analogy, we have enemies inside the gates, okay? The horse has been let in. We need to make sure those people don't open the gates. And that's what happened in Spain. Because they got into the Supreme Court, they changed the law, they opened the gates, and they got invaded legally. We can't do that. Why do you think the left wants to pack the Supreme Court? Why do you think the left wants to make DC and Puerto Rico a state? Why do you think the left wants to open the borders? For this. They want this to happen. And what do you think the religion of peace is in Morocco? Islam. It's unsustainable. It's how they have taken over every single country they have ever been a part of. Thought I had a video where they were firing on people too. Maybe... here we go. This is crazy. Spanish patriots with clubs attack North African Muslim invaders. They're literally they're shooting at them. This will happen here if we don't stop it. The midterms are that important. If you have not joined Sway, this is my Sway group. It's in my Beacons link in my bio, sway.co/misfits. This is my Get Out the Vote group, right? This is just going to help me get out the vote with the network of people. You can see the map down here. These are all the people that have joined. We have 134 registered voters. We have more than that who have joined, but I can't get out the vote if you don't join. So go to my Beacons link, sway.co/misfits. Join this. I will message you and give you information about upcoming elections, especially the midterms. Oh, I got to change that. We're not on LFA TV anymore. But seriously, guys, we got to start taking this shit seriously because this is what happens. This is the end of what will be America. I don't know if we have time for this, but let's just read it instead of watch it. Crowder, right? You have people that, like, on the woke right that are like, nothing has been done. Nothing is happening. Border crossings are down 94%. Deportations are past 3 million and counting. ICE arrests have been averaging 50K a month. H-1B applications are down 87%. 375,000 visas have been revoked. That's Trump. That's what we voted for. If you go the other way, if you're one of these whiny, woke right accelerationists like Nick Fuentes who complain about not being enough, and you start going, or Owen Schroyer saying, we got to vote for Democrats to stop Trump. Stop Trump from what? This? Stop Trump from closing the border down? Stop Trump from deporting 3 million and counting? Stop Trump from arresting 50,000 illegals a month? Stop Trump from cutting down H-1B applications 87%? Stop Trump from revoking 375,000 visas? You want to stop Trump from that? Why? Because of your fucking Epstein list? Dickhead? Mute button. Screw you, dude. I'm looking at Spain right now, and I don't want that to happen here. You do, apparently. Jeez, man. To take Owen Schroyer's own words, wake up! Oh, there we go. Sorry, there's definitely a loose wire because I just touched the. All right, it's Freedom Friday. This guy, just wow. All right. Well, look, guys, I'm off to work. I got to go and wrap this job up today to get this douchebag off of my back. I have a lot of big things happening work-wise on my end. I'm going to be very busy, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try to get the... I think next week, now that I don't have to jump onto this new project, I should have a few days before I jump on my next job. Jesus, yeah, I just had to smack it again. There's a loose wire. That's a loose wire. There's no doubt in my mind it's a loose wire. I have to check all the cords. I'm going to have to swap out the cords. So everybody have a good weekend. I'm going to have a busy weekend, but I'm going to have a fun weekend. You have fun too. I will be doing the shout-outs. We will be rating Bongino. And I forgot what I was going to say. All right, whatever. Let's just go do it then. Okay. All right. So... let's go find Dan. I need to get that too. I need the Dan. You know what? Hold on, real quick. We're gonna find it because I just have to. Hold on. YouTube. Hold on. Let's go. I bet you we can find it right now. Dan Ace Ventura. Yeah. No. You know what? All right, I'll get it for next time. But I got the here. I'll show you what I got on the screen here. I'm looking for the scene where this chick, is it this one?
You might read about a Miami Dolphin kicker named Ray
No.
who missed a 26.
Okay. You guys know what scene I'm talking about though? Dan. Let's do the shoutouts. I know you guys want to get out of here. And get over to Bongino. So I will go grab Bongino's stream and we will rate it in the chat. We will do the shoutouts and then I will see you all for Maha Monday. Oh, shoot. You know what? I almost forgot. I forgot to get the promo in this week. End of the show, but we're going to throw it in there. Sorry, guys. You're going to have to do another minute or so because I got to pay the bills. Hey guys, this episode is brought to you by Patriot Pouch. If you're trying to kick nicotine or tobacco products and you don't want to deal with those usual withdrawals, this is something you'll want to check out. Patriot Pouch is a nicotine-free, tobacco-free, and non-carcinogenic pouch. It uses nixidine, which binds to the same receptors as nicotine, helping curb cravings with a cleaner, better, and smoother effect. One of the best parts, it's less addictive. making it easier to wean yourself off and finally break that habit for good. So, whether you're looking for a simple, healthy alternative to what you're currently doing, or if you're trying to quit smoking, vaping, or even traditional pouches entirely, Patriot Pouch is the choice for you. And unlike a lot of products that claim to be made in the USA, but they're actually produced in places like India or China, Patriot Pouch is 100% made and manufactured right here in America, the greatest country in the world. You can try all 4 flavors with the Sovereign Sample 4-pack, or you can go straight to my personal favorite, Orange You Glad You're an American. Head over to patriotpouchusa.com and use the code MISFIT15 at checkout to get 15% off your order. Or you can also scan the QR code you see on the screen by heading over to my Beacons link. And that is, again, patriotpouchusa.com, code MISFIT15. Go get your Patriot Pouch today. Okay, now we're good. Okay, let's confirm the raid. We will shout you out, and we will send you over to Bongino. Okie dokie. On the Edge, Bumba, Cynthia Mangles, the 1 a.m. Spoiled Bretley, T. Mitchell, Eden, E.O. Cox, Great Guy Gary, Carl Benji. Bad Moon is up in here. Have a blessed day and don't steal. The government hates competition. All right, Crazy Mo and McGroin. And let's do one more. Let's find one. B. Jones 1500. You guys have a great weekend. I will see you Monday for Maha Monday. And stay safe out there. Peace.